If we can only touch history, students would be excited and thrilled to learn about the past. But we can bring historical objects into the classroom. Historical objects cover such a wide variety of items. It's evidence from the past. It could be common household items, or it could be tools or furniture. Anything could be brought in for kids to explore. The key to reading an object is a three-step approach. The first one is based on observations. In observation, we should be asking our students to look at color and patterns on objects. We should be looking at materials used in manufacturing the object. This one here, we see wood and metal. This one is actually a hog scraper. The hog hide would be nailed to a barn, and this scraper would be used to take that really coarse hair off of the hide so the hide could be used. Also, we should ask our students to look at objects that come in multiple pieces. How do they go together? How do they fit together? In this one is actually a butter mold where the butter was placed in and then popped out. We also have to clue them in that there are similar items. All three of these are butter molds, and yet they look very, very different. This also shows social class. This one is a pound of butter, probably used maybe on a farm or in a rural area, while this one shows a much higher social class, wealthier family, individual butter patties, and typically you would see a family crest imprint on the inside. Students also have to realize that not every object comes intact. History definitely wears away at an object. This one is a piece. Students have to think and explore. Once again, problem solve. What did the whole object look like? In this case, this was a wig roller or curler used in the colonial time to actually put curls in colonial wigs. Let's take a look at a second object. Once again, the first stage, observational stage, students will notice that this object actually unscrews and comes apart. If you look closely, there are numbers printed on the side. Also, they will notice that there is a strap, a tiny little strap with a snap on it. In the second stage of object analysis, they will be able to go out and research and actually acquire information that might help them in identifying this object. We might find in researching possibly this postcard. This postcard, it has a picture on one side of a pigeon farm. Of course, on the other, it actually documents that it is a postcard. We have a toy, World War I. We see a pigeon on the knee and one pigeon being ready to be released. When we look further, this poster, we have a warning that it was very important to protect a homing pigeon. They were a true veteran. And this photo here definitely helps solve our mystery. If you look, we have a soldier holding a pigeon, and if you look closely, this item is actually wrapped around the pigeon's leg. Yes, this is a pigeon carrier. A message would be typed and placed in this tiny little vial and attached to a pigeon. Because it was a homing pigeon, the bird would fly between two locations. These were actually used in World War I and World War II. This one is actually a World War II pigeon carrier. In addition to using one object to set the stage in your classroom, you can also group objects. This is a center, once again about World War II. If you take a look, the students can recreate and write a biography about this person based on the objects left. Let's take a look at a second center or collection of objects. In this center, we could ask students to become curators. They can look at a group of objects and decide what the theme of this grouping portrays. These are toys, we have a needlepoint sampler, we have wool cards, and of course butter churns. All of these things were either toys or jobs of children in colonial America. Now, we could change our theme and actually make it a medical theme and give them reference materials and some medical tools such as this tooth puller and have students explore medical technology and equipment at that time. Our last center is mystery object. As you can see, these items here we might set aside for students. They are to go through the three stages of analysis, which is observation, documentation, and contextualizing the object, putting it into the time period. You have to remember those are true historical skills that we're asking our students to use when analyzing these objects. That is like a perfect thing to bring into a classroom. We are asking our students to become historians, to become historical detectives. Bring in an object and watch your classroom come alive.